go across to my colleague Nilashish joining us with more details. Nilashish, once again a big win for the Hindu side. The Supreme Court talking about the submissions of the ASI in the affidavit earlier as well says no damage to the structure will take place as has been assured by the ASI, so the Muslim side need not worry. A big relief coming in.
Absolutely, as expected from the indications that were given by the court through the hearing, the court has now not stayed the ASI survey order. The court has refused to say it and says that we will not interfere at this stage, saying that the assurance of ASI will be taken on record, and accordingly they have assured that there will be no damage to the mosque and no invasive methods will be used. So this is something that was taken into account by the Supreme Court, and they have stated that the function of ASI is to preserve and protect monuments of historical importance, and therefore no excavation will be done as per what had been stated by the ASI itself. So the court assuring that there will be no excavation work done, and therefore there can be no stay on surveys by the ASI to take place. A report will be prepared by the ASI as the Supreme Court has directed. So of course, definitely a win in that sense for the Hindu side, which has been seeking the same and has and now the Supreme Court, after the lower court and the High Court, has also upheld the order for an ASI survey.
So a third such relief coming in for the Hindu side. Now, certain aspects were raised by the Masjid side with regards to the places of worship argument. They also did try to talk about, rather raise the statement which was very recently made by Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath on the Gyanvapi case. But the Supreme Court, strictly limiting the entire issue to the ASI survey, says if the ASI has come out with an assurance that non-invasive methods will be used, then there need not be any worry with regards to the same. Harish is also joining us with more details, breaking down the legal aspects of the ongoing case. Listen.
By the Supreme Court, and the effect of this order is that the survey proceedings will carry on. The survey by ASI carry on, and the Geological Survey of India.
Advocate Ahmadi fears like we have to learn from the lessons learned on December 6 and all that.
See, these are all his comments. If there are no
you say that country will have to face the consequences of such an exercise.
See, I don't think that these kind of remarks can be entertained in any legal judiciary or any legal history, because we are going through process of law.
Thanks for speaking time. So this was Advocate who is leading the charge for the Hindu side, saying that it's yet another victory, in fact a third round victory for him, as after the lower court, now the Supreme Court has endorsed the deed for a ASI survey of the Gyanvapi complex to ascertain whether it was built over the ruin of a demolished temple. With the video journalist Parvez, Harish Nair for Times Now.
Let's once again go across to Nilashish. Very interesting arguments which were presented a little while earlier, Nilashish. But in as many words, the court says non-invasive methods will be used. And this, of course, while citing the ASI and the submissions made by the ASI, says the function of ASI is to preserve and protect monuments of historical importance. The report, the Supreme Court says, will also be prepared by the ASI itself.
Well, yes, absolutely. As we were discussing, the fact that the CJI was of the opinion that the ASI themselves have given an assurance that there will be no excavation or any sort of method that is used which will damage any property, will damage the mosque. The court, in fact, went on to say that the ASI has clarified that no excavation shall be done, survey shall not involve any sort of such excavation, and there will be nothing of that sort at the site. And therefore, given the fact that there is an assurance from the ASI whose work is to protect and preserve monuments of historical significance, given this assurance, we are telling you, as in the Masjid committee side, that there will be no such issue as far as the mosque is concerned, that there will be no damage to the mosque, and that is something that has been reflected in the order as well, wherein the court has allowed the survey to go ahead. There is no issue with that, they say, but there will be no excavation work, there will be no intrusive methods being used, and no non-invasive methods will be used in terms of conducting the survey, and thereafter the ASI is to, of course, file its report as directed by the Supreme Court.
Okay.